Guys, it is Monday, and that means it's Lightseekers Day. We're so amazing. And today we are blessed, yes, and I say blessed, with stream markers are disabled. That's really weird. With the man behind Delivery Crab himself, Matt Sonnenberg. Matt, how are we doing today? Matt, how are we doing today? Let's go ahead and unmute that conversation so we can actually bring Matt in here. Matt, how are we doing?
I am doing very well.
That's awesome. I did kind of start a little bit right on the spot, so we don't have too many viewers as of just yet. But I figured, we'll chat for a little bit, let people join in. That we are going to be talking about I guess we have 0 viewers right now, so we'll just give it a few seconds. But yeah. Here we go. Mud Turtle's here. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, usually I start like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, man, I got to get all this stuff doing. So no worries. I think Freshman was in the chat beforehand. We're picking up a few people now. Awesome. For any of you guys that are just tuning in right now, Matt Sonnenberg himself from Delivery Crab is on with me today, and we're going to talk about how he is officially set up probably the first, as of right now, pre-order selection that we have for Uprising. Matt, we don't. I'm trying to think. Let's just bring up the page and let's have these 3 options right here for you as people are jumping in the chat right now to catch me live. So Matt, but I know we had a whole lot of we had the distribution issue beforehand, and now we're getting 202 cards. They're like repacking everything like that. And I guess for the online distributors like yourself, that, from what I understand, had a few snags and whatnot, because I know you told me as soon as they announced the date, boom, you were going to have it right up the next day. But you did have a little bit of a snag, obviously, because they're adding 72 new cards to this. So, Yeah, I can only imagine how slightly frustrating that was, but at the same time, you're like, well, okay, let's work with this. What can we do? You're really good about just, going on the fly and making things work with this. So what do you want to let's just have you jump in here. I have the page pulled up. What would you like to start discussing with first for people to finally get their hands on some of these cards soon?
Well, I will say, from a retailer perspective, I much would have rather just had the 3 products that they originally had planned. That would have made things a lot easier on my side, because I had been planning for those three products for the past who knows how many months since we've known about them, really.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, when they threw all that in there, it really did confuse things a bit. But basically what we're going to try to do as much as possible, and this is where it really gets muddy, because I don't have exact numbers and exact ratios for different cards that are getting shoved into these booster packs.
Exactly, yeah.
But we are going to eventually, at some point, try to kind of offer those items anyway.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
So with that in mind, that's kind of where we went back and said, well, because we don't know exactly how they're handling the new cards that they shoved into these booster packs, we are going to just kind of stick to what we had planned originally.
Sure.
And that is where this crab collection comes in. Now, if anybody was really paying attention to the Delivery Crab website and checking every last nook and cranny, you may have found, I don't know, it's probably a few months ago now, but when I did actually list a crab collection for Kindred.
I did see that, yes.
So, I mean, at the point that it went up, most of the hardcore fans, I'm sure, already had everything that you needed from Kindred. So it wasn't really up there for you. It was, I knew we were getting a lot of new players. I wanted to see if there might be some interest for this.
Sure.
So what the crab collection is, in essence, is, you may have heard the term like master set or a master play set or something like along those lines. And that's kind of what we're going for, giving you as many copies as you could possibly need of every card in the set.
Makes sense.
So unfortunately, The one thing we have to exclude from that is the mythic cards, because as it stands right now, if they come out at the same ratio that they did in previous sets, it's just not viable to include them in these master sets.
Yeah.
Not only would I probably have to jack up the prices a lot, but it also would mean that there would be very few sets available,
Mm-hmm.
and then there would be very few singles of those mythic cards available on the site as well, without me opening extraordinary amounts of cards.
Oh Lord,
So
yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine how that might go.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, basically, on a very basic level, the crab collection is going to give you one of every hero, excluding the mythics, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
one of each combo, and three of each action card. Um, Typically, if items are going to be included, we would do two of each item.
Okay.
And I know technically they're action cards. Technically, you can have three of them in a deck, but it's a very, very rare circumstance that a player actually does that.
That's very true. And
So, I mean,
Mud Turtle went and had to ask, are the cross order combos included in there? Because they're technically not mythic. I think cross orders are just rare. Are they also included in this?
unfortunately, they are not. I just can't include them at this point because uh, while they are only rare cards, the it really depends how they handle them.
Okay.
So if it turns out that for whatever reason uh, they are more plentiful than I am expecting, then maybe we can work out some deal, like to the point where, hey, anyone who's ordered the crab collection at this point, for an extra $20, you can have every cross order combo as well, or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that because, like I said, I don't know how they're going to handle that. But given that, there is typically no more than one combo per pack in the new way they've been structuring these packs,
Mm-hmm.
and that slot is usually shared between like combos and heroes.
Yeah.
So it's not even like guaranteed one per pack, and then top that all off with their rares. So I just don't see them being easy to come by. And so that would lead me to, once again, like to actually get a full collection of the crossover combos, it's going to be on the same level as trying to get a full collection of mythics.
No, that makes complete sense.
So as much as I really, really, really want to include them in that package, but until I have more information, I just can't guarantee it.
Yeah. I mean, I think PlayFusion just recently decided to do all 202 cards, what, a month ago? Maybe a little bit longer than that, but I mean, if it's that recent of a change, then I'm not surprised that we haven't heard any information on how they're just distributing the rares to mythics and all that stuff, like you said. So I mean, it's all what PlayFusion depends to do on their packing is what I'm sure will depend on how you are able to structure your crab collection.
Yeah. So like I said, when it comes down to it, like we'll probably just have this crab collection up there, which is going to give you the bulk of the cards you need.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just comes down to what was supposed to be in the core box and what was supposed to be in the rift packs. So the rift packs are the cross order combos. So regardless of how hard they are to find, I still want to try to put out some kind of just cross order bundle, perhaps.
Oh, sure.
In which you could get all of them at once. But like I said, I don't know how many of those are going to be available until I know how easy they are to find or how hard they are to find.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess. But then same kind of goes for the core box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I still want to. I still think that was going to be a great product to put out there.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, like I'm actually kind of surprised. I think a lot of other people too are. Is why they decided to put them all together, because the core box was the one that had all the reprints and stuff like that, and maybe a few of the newer like side cards in as well. But it made it so that people who had the full collection didn't have to chance getting all those reprints if they didn't want them.
Mm-hmm.
So
And so, well, I mean, I guess it's not a completely bad thing, because I know there are going to be some experienced players who do want some of those cards,
mm-hmm.
because they're going to have like the family markings on them. Some of them have errata, so they're going to be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're not going to want to be inundated with them. And like, that was something we kind of ran into with Wave 2 with Mythical, is that it had a ton of reprints and they just felt overwhelming. And so I think if with them putting them into the boosters like this, like my guess is that they may be a little more scarce than the new cards that we're getting in the set.
Okay. That makes sense.
And if that's the case, that's why I can't go out on a limb right now and say, I can offer you all the cards that were going to be in the core box easily. Because if they're like short printing them or short packing them, then once again, it's going to be that same thing with crossover combos. Like, I don't know how easy it is to come across a full set of them.
No, I mean, that makes complete sense to me.
Yeah. So the only thing I can really count on is the original, 130 card base set that they were planning on. Like, I don't think they're really touching that. Like, that's going to kind of be the same. We're just going to have these extra cards inserted into the process. So we're just going to stick with our original plan for now.
No, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
so one of each non-mythic hero, one of each non-mythic, non-cross order combo, and then 3 of each action card.
Yeah, and I mean, that's an amazing, like, you know exactly what you're getting, especially for people who don't really play physical all that much even too. Is just if you're a straight digital player and you want the cards to like have the cards that have a bunch of duplicates or hope you pull them from a pack, I think this is a great way to just, you are getting exactly like a perfect copy for all the cards, so you can go right into deck building no matter what you wanted to do. Obviously, the mythicals and whatnot, as you discussed, are a little harder to come by, which is fine. You can buy those singly eventually on your site as well. I'm assuming that's what will happen is you sell singles.
Yes.
So yes. So as the game progresses, you will just buy the singles from the site. But starting out right off the bat, being able to pre-order something like this specific on the cards, I think is a great idea to do it this way. Just to make sure that you have every single copy of all the rares, all the rare heroes, all the rare combos. Not like that. That just right there is enough that has me sold, as opposed to like the 3 like commons and uncommons. Is knowing that I will at least have or at least 3 of all of the rare action cards and 1 of all the rare combos and 1 of all the rare heroes that are not cross order. So that's an awesome deal.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. I know there's people out there who just want to dive into the deck building. They don't want to sit there scraping by trying to find the last 3 of everything. I mean, this is a super rare horror story, but I was just talking with Nuon at the last, Dark Catcher at the last tournament we had, and he was telling me, he's won a bunch of tournaments, which means he's won a lot of product.
Oh,
he can walk out of it.
4 boxes every time he walks out of a store.
Exactly. And so he has opened almost all of those, and he still only had 2 time shifters.
That's right. He did say that.
Yeah. And I'm like, how, what? I don't know how that's possible. And so it's little situations like that where it's like, it was nice enough that like he was winning these boxes, so he wasn't necessarily spending all the cash.
Yeah.
But imagine if you had to open, he was easily in double digit boxes. I think somewhere like 15 to 20 boxes he was in.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you paid all that money and still didn't have a complete play set, like, that's super frustrating.
Mm-hmm. No, I 100% agree on that.
That's what we're trying to alleviate here. It is like giving you all the copies you need, and then you don't have to deal with all the excess either.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have all these commons and uncommons just laying around, and like, what am I going to do with these? Like, you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. No, this is awesome. I mean, this is probably going to be right in my shopping cart after the show. This is an amazing deal. And all I have to do is like, all right, I just got to find when Matt puts the mythics up, and I'll put those in my cart right away too. But this is phenomenal. Just to make sure I have at least all the cards for scanning into the app as the streamer that I am and whatnot. But just like knowing that I'll only have a select few that I really need to hunt for, as opposed to like, all right, cool, I got like 42 more of these like Spark Wisp equivalent cards, and it's like, great, that's amazing. So it's just one of those like, man, there's so many cards sitting around my house right now just from all the cards that I have ordered. I'm like, I don't need all of them. There's like I said, I think I have like over 40 Spark Wisps just scanned into the game. Yeah, they're great for gold, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't need that many. They're sitting around. So this is amazing. This is a great collection, and I see Lolly the Third says he applauds you for putting this together. Mud Turtle says ordered. There's a lot of people that like already I can see are just like, all right, how do I get this? How do I get this site? This is amazing. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so I will put it out there too. Like I hate to limit it, but knowing just how long it takes me to open cards and sort cards and put these sets together, like we are putting a limit on how many of these sets we are letting go. So, like it just does. It reaches a point where it's just going to take too much time to put the sets together. That so we are limiting the availability of these. We're not putting out a hard and fast number right now.
That makes sense.
But yeah, they will be limited for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. I see. Is there anything else you wanted to say about this? The crab collection you wanted everyone else to hear or know about it before we move on to the next other options?
I think that's it for now.
Perfect.
Unless there's questions.
Yeah, is there any questions on that? Obviously, he talked about how there's now going to be any cross orders on that. So any unaligned or any just straight astral dread, you'll have one of every single one, rares, commons, and uncommons as well. The items he did say were a bit iffy on if there are any new items in this new set. I don't know if they've released any, unless they're reprinting like cards like Skyrider and stuff like that. But those will be probably two of if they do come out, and it all depends on how much he's able to pull from the boxes. That's why the number is limited, not set. Aside from that, and me just repeating everything that he very eloquently told us, is there any questions out there you guys have? Mud Turtle says he already ordered his.
Glad to hear it.
Yes. Otherwise, it doesn't look. I mean, that was pretty straightforward. That is not a whole lot of other information. I mean, I didn't even have any questions. That was pretty self-explanatory on what you did there. Steam Train 2222 all is asking like, what is up? So I mean, not much. Steam Train, how are you doing? All right, let's jump into this. We have the other two, which seem once again very straightforward. But Matt, why don't you go ahead and talk us through it?
They should be. Right now, they haven't officially announced, as far as I can tell anywhere, how many packs are in the box. But I'm assuming it's the 24 pack boxes that we've seen for all the other releases, with the exception of Mythical, obviously.
Yes.
But I'm assuming those are all staying the same. So that's kind of where I put the price point for now. So the prices you have for the single box there, $80. That's what I've been charging for Kindred all along. So we're just kind of keeping it there. We'll give you a bit of a price break if you're one of those people who has the money laying around and you want to order a whole ton of boxes. I last time I did have a full case option, but no one took me up on it. So
okay.
We'll just go for the half case. If you really want a full case, order 2 half cases and we'll call it a day. But there is a bit of a price break in there. I think it comes out to about $77 box.
Okay.
If you want to get 6 boxes at once. But that's up to you. I mean,
yeah.
It's
how hard are you looking for those mythics?
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned. It's like everybody kind of plays the game differently. And some people really like opening packs, and some people like to find everything for themselves. They don't mind having the extra cards laying around. So, I mean, if that's for you, we have pre-orders for you. I know there is one question that usually comes up is will I sell individual packs? And my answer is going to be the same as always. Day one after the release, you will be able to purchase individual packs, but I do not put them up for pre-order.
That makes sense. Yeah, why would you want to pre-order like 5 packs? It just doesn't feel right. Not for pre-order, but
Yeah. So this is just kind of so I can get a head count. Like I will always order extra boxes. So I have, if you didn't pre-order, I have product on day one, and that's where those packs come from. So like I've never been at seen a point where, you know, someone, I mean, if you're ordering so many packs that I need to buy extra product, well, then you're just ordering a full booster box. So
yeah,
it's not like, I mean, ultimately buying individual packs tends to be more expensive than buying full booster boxes. So
buying a sealed product, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, this looks really good. I haven't even seen. I've been keeping my eye around. I know they said Amazon was doing it too. I don't even think they have anything for their own up on Amazon. I honestly think you are the first one to have anything for pre-orders, which is amazing, seeing as how long we've waited for this.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised on that one. Given how many questions people have for them about how they're handling that, but
Yep.
I kind of I wanted to be up there the same day that they made the announcement, but like we said, when they changed so many things with the release, it just I needed a couple days to make sure we knew what we wanted to do. Mostly with the crab collection and stuff. I suppose I could have put the booster box up there, but I kind of wanted to put it all up there at once to, you know, these are our options. Now you can make your decision.
That's perfect. And it sounds like several people have already made their decision on what they're doing. So that's phenomenal to hear about that. But this is great, man. This is amazing that we finally have a site to be like, all right, I have my stuff. It's 2 months in advance. We got it pre-ordered. I know I'm getting it. Now, how long does it usually take to ship to people from you? How long does your shipping usually take? Obviously, it depends on where you live, but
yeah, I mean, it depends a little bit on where you live within the U.S. So, I mean, all of this stuff is guaranteed to ship priority mail. So, I mean, I'll put it out there. USPS is gonna, like, I use USPS, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the scale of shipping that I do, it makes the most sense. It's going to be priority mail, so they claim 2 to 3 days, or 1 to 3 days, I believe, based on distance or based on location. Obviously, that all also depends on if they don't make any mistakes, because believe it or not, I've seen my fair share of packages that, you know, it's supposed to go to New York and first takes a short detour through California. And it's like, well, that got on the wrong plane.
Well,
so yeah, when things like that happen, or I mean, okay, if this is happening in June, so we shouldn't have to worry about blizzards.
Mm-hmm. No, that's very true.
But there are, I mean, maybe there's a hurricane. If you live in hurricane country, you know, you know these things happen, and they shut down postal services, and like there's things like that just I can't control. So they claim 1 to 3 days after I ship it. Typically, they're very good about that. It's going to be 2 to 3 days unless you live, like, even if you live in Wisconsin, where I'm shipping from, it could be 2 days. It's really weird. I'm like, I think I've only shipped like 3 packages ever that have come out to be 1 day shipping. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Like, it has to be super local. I think it helps if you live in a big city, like, because then like the major post office hub is right there.
Yeah.
But
no, that makes complete sense.
But yeah, so I think this is the release date's on a. Do we determine this is a Friday?
The 28th, I think I saw it was a Friday. I'd have to double check.
Look that up before I.
Yeah.
June 28th is a Friday.
It is a Friday. Yep.
So No guarantees, obviously. Uh, Typically, I can get the product a day or two before that actual release date. So, I mean, it might ship on Thursday, and if you're really lucky, get it by Saturday. But in all likelihood, I mean, I'm gonna ship stuff out on Friday, and it's gonna be Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Hopefully Monday.
Gotcha. Perfect. Lurker 300 Gaming did have a question. He says, "Do we know what the boxes will sell on Amazon yet? And what about the people who about the pre-sale price, and then buying on Amazon for PlayFusion is cheaper? Do they get a store credit or something?"
It's a very good question, and I have the same questions for PlayFusion. Unfortunately, I have not been able to, with their holiday weekend and such, it just gotten in the way of communication. So when I have more information about that, obviously my prices will reflect that.
Okay.
If it's something that needs to be addressed, and yeah, like if they do come out swinging with a much lower price for some reason, I will match that. And yeah, if anybody who, well, actually, no, let me clear that up quick. If for some reason they come out with a super low price that I can't match, I mean, I will let people back out of the pre-orders.
Okay.
Because if that happens, that essentially is going to shut down my business.
That, yeah.
What I think we're all kind of hoping for from a retailer perspective is that they're going to list at MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
And that will, you know, that then other retailers, myself and, you know, brick and mortar stores, will have a little bit of wiggle room in there to say, hey, come buy from us.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Amazon, PlayFusion up on Amazon is when everybody else is sold out or you don't have a store in your area, you can come order directly from us.
Yeah. And I do know that ordering from you, as I did see in the crab collection, I'm pretty sure you probably have it elsewhere. But now it's on my cart. Is that if you purchase, you earn pincer points for every stuff you purchase on your site, and with pincer points, it's essentially you get some store credit to then come back and use that and buy other things in the future for store credit if you earn up enough. So
very true, very true. For anybody that doesn't know, we do have the pincer points program now, and so for every dollar. Actually, wait. Better make sure I have this right. For every dollar that you spend, you get 5 points, and then every 100 points equals $1 in store credit. So if you take out all the fancy math, it's essentially we're giving you 5% back on your purchases to be used on a future purchase.
There you go. So there is incentive to still buy from you over Amazon. Obviously, right now you said we don't know the Amazon's price, and when it does come out, your prices may adjust accordingly to it. But still, buying through Amazon, you don't get store credit, and you're probably one of the only people that sells singles, as far as I know. I don't think Amazon is ever going to sell singles. So buy at least that I know of.
I mean, if they dive into the singles market, like that could easily be the end of me.
Oh yeah, but I mean, by pre-ordering through Delivery Crab will then give you. I mean, this $300 thing has already given you essentially what, $15 is what I'm reading, for free on your next order. And for a lot of the cards, I mean, that could be well over half off some of the mythics, depending on the price that we are able to put them at, or that you're able to put them at, not me. But yeah, I mean, that right there is amazing. Just for that, I don't know how many pincer points are on the other ones. I'd have to open them up and check. But yeah, I mean, that's just $23.10 off the next purchase if you pre-order 6 boxes. And I mean, I don't know I can actually, I don't know, but at the same time, I do know that if you go to Amazon, Amazon's not gonna be like, "Hey, we'll give you Amazon store credit if you buy this, and then you can come back and buy other things from Amazon." It doesn't work that way. No, and you're gonna keep coming back to Delivery Crab to buy your singles after you like open 6 boxes and find out, "Oh man, I don't have a time chamber. I need to buy a time chamber now." Like, all right, cool. I get it for free essentially with all the pincer points that I've saved up through pre-ordering from you or just buying product through Delivery Crab. So there's also that incentive to buy straight from you, which is, I think, personally great. Being one of the only people that sells singles and being able to give 5% discount or 5% money back on anything you buy from your site to keep coming back and fill out your collection right here at Delivery Crab.
Yeah. And since you brought it up, I will put the caveat out there. Some of you may have noticed it if you've already put this in your cart, but the one thing you cannot spend your pincer points on is pre-orders.
Yes. Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah,
I know if you've been playing in his Delivery Crab online tournaments on Sundays when he doesn't host a physical one, you have probably been earning yourself quite a handful of pincer points there. So sorry if you've been hoping to save them for pre-orders, but that does make sense to not use store credit for pre-orders, which then give you more store credit and all that stuff. So
yeah. So basically what it is I need to ensure that I actually have the funds to purchase the pre-orders.
That makes complete sense.
I mean, if we're being 100% transparent about things here, I mean, you could wait until day one after the pre-order phase and then use your pincer points to buy the boxes, if that's what you want to do.
There you go. But then don't you lose out on the whole pre-order price that we're getting?
Yeah, that there is a likelihood that the price will go up a little bit.
Yeah. So pros and cons, people. Pros and cons. Take them with you, leave them. I personally see a lot of pros in this order, especially like if I'm
glad you see it that way.
Oh yeah, tons. I mean, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I can get 6 boxes, and if there's a few cards that for some reason I don't pull one, a mythic that I really want, getting that store credit to go back to probably as far as I know right now, one of the only sites that sells singles to then get the few cards with those pincer points and just finish out my collection as well. And I mean, even getting $15 off after buying the oh god, what is it? The
crab collection.
Crab collection. Thank you very much, Matt. After buying the crab collection, the only cards I probably will need are the mythic rares and stuff like that. So earning $15 back to then go and find those select cards on your site, that's just really good. That's insane value for me, and I'm sure anyone else that orders this.
One other limitation I will put out there. I hate to keep bringing up limitations. It makes it sound bad, but I can guarantee you that the half case option will not be available after day one. Yeah,
that makes sense.
That is a pre-order only option. You'll still be able to buy individual boxes, obviously, but the half case option will disappear.
That makes complete sense. That something that large should only be for pre-order, which I'm sure a lot of other stores and companies do for other games as well. So I don't think many people will be surprised on that. Especially if you're going to be putting up single packs and then the single cards, having a 6-box option, just okay. I mean, I think we'll be fine. But this is great. This is great that we finally have a website where we can pre-order this stuff. B, an amazing collection that you put together for the crab collection. Mind you, limited supplies offered because it all depends on what he pulls and how we can put them together for it. So if you guys really want to make sure you get your full set of rares, commons, and uncommons, you better head over to deliverycrab.com right now and put that in your cart, because he's not going to have a whole lot to go around for that. But I mean, for those of you that's like, I really need to get my hands on this Uprising, it's finally happened. We finally have a date. It's 2 months out. I know I want it. Personally, in my opinion, one of the best places to go is right here for Delivery Crab. And he does not pay me to say that. I'm saying that by my own my own truth.
It's very true.
Yes. So yeah,
you're not receiving any proceeds.
No. Soon, maybe. Give it like 2 years. We'll see if we can snag a contract or something like that. But anyway, guys, this is Matt. Anything else you wanted to talk about on this? I think we covered a huge portion of it, of the pre-orders. Anything other you wanted to add to this, or any other comments that you want to make?
I think that should do it for now. Easiest way to find this stuff, I did make a quick link for you, is deliverycrab.com/uprising. You'll find all the pre-orders right there on that page. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Discord at As a Matter of Matt, or on Twitter or Facebook or whatever you feel comfortable using. I'm available.
Yes, you are. Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much, Matt, for coming on. I think this was a great thing to do. Obviously, the UK is still on holiday, as I believe. Was it Lurker 3K or Lurker 300 Gaming said they're all on 4-day holiday, which,
Yep.
God, if we could get that too, that'd be super good.
That'd be nice.
That'd be so good. But yeah, this is amazing that we finally have a pre-order, a site to go and confirm. Like, yes, I have the cards coming. I know they're coming because I mean, you are very reliable on cards. I have never had a problem with you. There is such a thing as the Crab Collection, which is just phenomenal. I accidentally, I'm going to go ahead and put those air quotes up there. Put it in my cart already, just to make sure that I am a part of the few selected of the available quantity that we can get that for. But no, I think this is great. I think a lot of people are gonna hopefully see quite a few sales, if not today, like just the rest of the week as the UK department gets their stuff situated. That you have this out first is a great incentive to come to you, especially with those pincer points. As I've been saying, the pincer points, buy those single cards that you can't find out of 6-8 boxes. Nuwan, I'm slightly talking to you. You'll use those pincer points to get that one card you've been trying to open up for the past 4 to 6 tournaments. But it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Well, thank you very much, Matt, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sure you're busy and you have other things to do. Probably some deliveries to make, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's fair to say.
Well, all right. I won't keep you too long, but people are already telling me to buy my pre-order on stream, so I might have to. I might have to go ahead and do that.
All right. I'll be waiting for it.
Sounds good, Matt. All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I will hope to have you on the show again real soon. If not, please check out the Need More Buffs podcast, where Matt and myself talk about all the Uprising cards, and we talk with tournament winners such as Mud Turtle himself. We've talked with Dark Catcher. We've talked with the Bova and other people. I can't think of the names because we talked with so many so far. But please check out the Need More Buffs podcast. A new episode just dropped today, a part 2 of our essentially 4-hour podcast that we did last week. And then we have a brand new one coming out tomorrow morning. And is there anything you want to talk about for tomorrow morning as a hint of what we'll be discussing?
Well, I will say that tomorrow is a big day for Delivery Crab in terms of card reveals. We'll tune in
to find out. Make sure you catch today's podcast and tomorrow's podcast. You will not want to miss it. The shows are great. I love listening to them in my car, and I've already talked to them. I know what's happening, but I still love to listen to them. So, phenomenal, Matt. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm glad we were able to get this going for you and have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you next time, Matt. Whoo! Guys, Deliver Crab is up. People already want me to start fresh. Reveals. Lolliet says they're great shows. That's awesome, man. Same day tourney. Mud Turtle looks exactly right. If you ever go to a Deliver Crab tournament as well, if you buy cards from him and type in I'm not sure what the promo code is. He has it for the tournaments. If you actually go to the tournament, he gives you the promo code where he will literally deliver them to you and cut out the delivery costs. So he'll just hand them straight to you in a manila envelope. No shipping, no handling, because there's still handling because he handles them, but it's cheaper to you to do it that way. So more incentive to even go to his tournaments. As I'm pretty sure he has a tournament coming up next month in my hometown of Madison, Wisconsin. If you guys are able to come up there, it'd be great. I'd love to see you. I will be playing a meme deck because Lord knows I'm not going to sit here and play Tempest Aggro or anything like that. I'm going to try something no one has seen before. Well, a few people have seen it because I tested it the last one in my off games. But I'm going to see how it does in physical